Okay, hey everyone, quick video here. Actually, it's not going to be quick, but I'm going to go over my chest rig as well as some radio options and microphone slash headset options. This is something that's kind of been a little bit intimidating to me, given that I haven't really been issued any of this in the military like some people out there. So I had kind of had to learn all this online and through trial and error. So hopefully this is educational for you if you're looking into getting into something like this as well. And this could also be used for creating loaner kits for people in your community or family. Given that situation, you can hand these out to people, and they have ability to carry medical gear, magazines, and communicate with the rest of the team. So stay tuned. Okay, first things first, let's get into this chest rig. This is made by Helican Tex. This is their mini training rig made out of 1,000, or I'm sorry, 500 denier Cordura. I feel like it's pretty well made. I've been using it for a while. I like the multicam black color. The only thing I did change on this is that I took what came in it, these little magazine pouches with the bungee cord on top, as you see on the side here, and I bought a um, Haley Strategic double mag retainer. I forget what it's called. I'll put the links below. But it basically just has some plastic that helps to retain the magazines better rather than having the bungee cords on top. So that is the chest rig. This can honestly be whatever chest rig you guys choose. This is one I like the best, mainly just for the looks and the color and functionality. But these run between $105 and $140, so not the most expensive, but not also cheap either. There's a lot of cheaper options out there, but that's the chest rig. So mainly this video is going to cover, and I apologize ahead of time for any kind of audio. I'm using my AirPods today, but so basic radios. I'm sure everyone's familiar with the Baofeng UV5R. This is just your run-of-the-mill $30 ham radio that you can buy on Amazon. Love it or hate it. It's functional. You can program it to transmit on the FRS, which is like your Walmart walkie-talkies, as well as your GMRS, MERS, just a host of different frequencies. I'm sure there's going to be some people out there saying, "Why would you do that? It's illegal." But honestly, if I'm using this, the last thing I'm worried about is FCC finding me for transmitting on walkie-talkie frequencies with this. But this is a good radio setup. Just it's not waterproof, but it's cheap and it does the job. If you're going to use this, though, I would highly recommend reading this book in its entirety first. This gives you a lot of good ideas on how to program, how to use these radios. Um, so basically, radio, chest rig. I'm right-handed, so I would place my radio in the uh, left part of the compartment here as such. And this is an aftermarket little stubby antenna from Nagoya. So the stock antenna that comes with the Baofeng is not terrible. It's just a little bit long, and I felt like the stubby antenna, it is flexible. It gives you probably about the same distance with as the stock antenna, which is not bad because in my mind, your ideal situation for this concept is going to be simplex communication with other team members within a mile, 2 mile radius. You're not going to be trying to hit repeaters with this. You're just going to be communicating tactically in a bad situation where you find yourself having to secure your own communities. There could be a host of different scenarios as to why that's the case, but this is what that's geared towards. And so just a stubby antenna that can transmit in mile, 2 mile radius radio. And then ideally, you're going to want a speaker mic. So something that's going to bring the audio up towards your ears more and then allow you to transmit um, to the rest of the team without having to pull the radio out or key it in your pouch here. So this is another Baofeng product. This is their UV5R, I'm sorry, AR152 speaker mic. I like this one because it has the volume control on the speaker mic itself, as well as a 3.5 millimeter jack where you can then connect this into a headset. So I'm going to go ahead and put this all together here and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, here it is what it looks like with the speaker mic attached. What I did is I routed it through these elastic straps here on the side to kind of keep everything clean, keep it from getting tangled on things, but this keeps it up nice and close to your ear. Like I said, I'm right-handed, so I'd have my rifle on my right side, and then I would use my left hand to key the push to talk and communicate. but that's the way it looks. It's actually pretty clean setup, and the antenna doesn't get in your way. Speaker mic is right there, and this is probably the most budget friendly option. The radio with the aftermarket antenna, the extended battery, and the speaker mic all come out to probably less than $60-$70. I'll put the links below, but it gives you the option to communicate with other people, whether they have UV5R, ham, amateur radios, or GMRS radios, or walkie-talkies, whatever the case may be. This is your most immediate and budget-friendly option to communicate with team members in a somewhat line of sight way. So, and also another thing that I like I said, with the speaker mic is it has a 3.5 millimeter input here. So I'll show you what that's for. Okay, so as you can see here, this is a cable from CommGear Supply. I'll go ahead and put the links below for all these things, but this is a 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter adapter. And what this allows you to do is use something like these, which are the Walker's Razor headset. This provides you with the ability to have hearing protection, as well as it enhances ambient noise, and then it routes the radio traffic into your headset, so you're not blaring radio traffic if you're trying to be stealthy into your headset. So that is definitely a big advantage of this speaker mic. There are other speaker mics made by Baofeng and BTech and others that provide similar uh, capabilities, as well as waterproof. I don't believe this one's waterproof, but the speaker is pretty loud, which is why I like it, and it has the volume control. But so the 3.5 millimeter jack gives you the option to attach to a shooting headset like this, as well as, and I'll show you the next option here. Okay, here's option number two. So this is a 3.5 millimeter earpiece. So same thing, this routes the radio traffic into your ear, which is in a little bit more discreet way using this earpiece, kind of a security earpiece, and then allows you to continue using this mic to transmit traffic through the radio. This would be more force if you don't want, once again, radio traffic blaring through the speaker mic, but you're not in need of sweaty hearing protection, and you're just trying to maintain awareness of radio traffic and without it being too noisy. So this is an option, and then you can also keep all these different options in the chest rig itself, so you have different means of communicating should the need arise. So this is your most budget-friendly option. I got this as well as the other 3.5 millimeter cable from CommGear Supply, but Baofeng does make these as well for like $10. So and they work decently well. So this is going to be your most budget-friendly option. Again, for just entry level, you need something now, or you want something that you can loan to a family or friend that's not going to be super expensive. This is something that I would highly recommend. But we'll get into a couple more options. Okay, real quick, just a radio upgrade from the UV5R. This is another Baofeng. This is the UV9R Pro. This is advertised to be waterproof, which is kind of an upgrade, although it is not much more expensive than the UV5R. This runs you about $30, and then this speaker mic is about, I don't know, between $10 and $15. A little bit more secure of a attachment for the speaker mic, a little bit more waterproof as well. And then I just have an 8-inch Nagoya antenna on here, which is a little longer than this one. I mean, they're interchangeable, but it gives you maybe a little bit more range. But this is a possible radio upgrade, although not being much more expensive. Only downside, though, is that with this particular speaker mic, although it is waterproof, it does not have the 3.5 millimeter jack for all the options I just showed you. But I'll go ahead and rig this up and show you what it looks like. Okay, here it is rigged up. Same thing, I routed the cord through the elastic bands on the side just to keep it nice and clean. The antenna here sticks out a little bit, but you can also just, stick it through one of these loops and kind of keep it out of the way like that. But it looks pretty clean, and again, just another option. Gives you waterproof capability and maybe a little bit more range with this antenna. Although if you read the book I recommended earlier, it talks about maybe tactical communications. You don't want as much range as you think you might need. So this is that setup, and I also forgot to mention that if you're using something like this, I've actually been a huge fan of these. This little in-ear ear pro that has active hearing technology. And so if you're using something like this, these last literally all day, low profile, you still have the option to have hearing protection and then hear radio traffic and transmit through your speaker mic. So downside of not having that port, the 3.5 millimeter port, but you can get other speaker mics that have that and attach to the UV9R. So this is another option, and then I'll go over a couple more. Okay, this option is a little bit more expensive, but this is going to be a radio adapter from Com Gear Supply. I have no affiliation with them, but my Amazon links, I am affiliated with Amazon. But this is a quick disconnect radio adapter, and what this allows you to do is have different quick disconnect fittings. So this is a waterproof speaker mic from Com Gear Supply as well, and then it's got the 3.5 millimeter port in the side, and then it can do the quick disconnect. So a little bit more expensive. This whole setup is probably over $100, but the advantage is that it gives you the ability to switch out either radios. If you have this all wired in your kit and you need to change radios for whatever reason, it allows you to disconnect. If you need to take your radio out and program it, you can do that as well. And then there are other fittings that you can get, such as this is another item from Com Gear Supply. So this is a speaker mic. It's a little bit more discreet, low profile. This will attach to your shirt, and then it's got an earpiece that will go in your ear as such, and then a quick disconnect attachment. So if you want to do away with the speaker mic and you just want a low profile mic and earpiece, that is an option with this whole quick disconnect system. So I'll go ahead and rig this up in the kit and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, here it goes. As you can see, I've got the quick disconnect on the side here. I've routed the cord underneath through the elastic webbing, kind of Z-rig it here in the webbing as well, and then attach the speaker mic with the 3.5 millimeter jack and then to my shooting headset. So a little bit more expensive option, but a little bit more clean, probably a little bit more durable, and gives you the capability to change radios and change different configurations of mics or push to talks or whatever. So this is what I'm currently running. I plan on upgrading my headset soon, something a little bit better. These are not terrible, but the sound quality could be better. But this will work in a pinch. So this is my current configuration. You can also get quick disconnects for things like the UV5R, so you can run the same configuration with your standard UV5R as well. So hope you guys like this video. Like I said, again, all links below, and I'm going to be doing an updated video in the future with the chest rig fully kitted out to kind of see or show you guys what I'm thinking and what I have in here. So please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Thank you.